What are they missing? They cannot hit towers right now in the slightest. Could go for like a Death Prophet ban here, I think, if you're Fnatic.
Radiant
Put the DP mid. Yeah,
another good call. They need some Sieger here. Somebody who can be active pretty early on. Right now, Infamous is pretty darn awful at hitting towers.
Yeah, the problem though is that they can't just go for this DK, I don't think, or they run into a triple melee core, and then someone's getting a really bad matchup because Fnatic will just go all in on some like OD or something.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Lone Druid's also banned out. Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna have to cheat and look at my hero list here.
There's still Magnus. They could pick a Mag and put the Ursa mid and just kind of sack the Ursa a little bit because it is Radiant side. He can jungle pretty well. And know that he's going to get a bit of a bad go, but then you have the PA acceleration. That might be a play.
What about the Pugna?
Definitely that's a solid one, actually. Pugna's pretty good. Counters the Ursa and the PA, so you get it on your team. Haha, now they can't. It's also considered to be pretty good versus Leshrac, although at this point, this looks almost virtually guaranteed to be a support Leshrac, so you don't want to put too much concern onto it. But yeah, Pugna's a nice shout.
Can be okay with the Lifestealer too. You know, decrep, annoying for heroes, super reliant on right clicks.
Yeah.
What else is left?
Those are definitely the big tower pushers for sure. I mean, there's also the SF theoretically in terms of like the idea of the group up push, but I don't think Infamous are going to take it with a blind matchup.
Radiant team pick.
Take out the Invoker
again.
You had mentioned a Medusa earlier. What's the context for a Medusa pick working?
It is Radiant side, so it's kind of good. I like Medusa when they're really clumpy melee heroes. I don't think this is a very good Medusa game because you have the Brewmaster who can just toss her up in the air. Pretty easy to interrupt her.
10 seconds remaining.
She doesn't really fit the timing of the PA or the Ursa either.
5 seconds remaining.
I think I like the Pugna. That was a pretty good one. Yeah.
They could go crazy and pick Templar Assassin.
That would indeed be very crazy without knowing the matchup. But yeah, okay, so it was either the Mag or the Pugna. I like this Mag. Put the Ursa mid. Make it work.
It's great with the PA. You've got a classic combo. You've got a great supporting cast to back up this melee core. I'm a big fan. They needed another good team fight disable as well, and now RP gives them something to fight around.
10 seconds remaining.
So it's a Jabs Leshrac, a DJ Enigma, an Ice Ice Brewmaster. It'll be MP on the Lifestealer. We need an Abed hero last who basically knows they're getting a melee matchup on Dire side. Abed Classics, if they wanted like the Tinker or something, there's not that many great counters to it this game.
Does that make Monkey King a possibility?
Yeah, Monkey King, definitely a strong hero in those cases. Can also push pretty early too. Just like fight.
It's super greedy, but Troll is also still in.
Templar
and they take the TA.
Well, that is an Abed Classic, but that is an odd one. I mean, again, they knew their matchup, but still really surprising to see that come out, frankly. So it'll be Tomato on the Magnus and Pepita on the Ursa. Okay. I guess with the TA, that's they're like, oh, sweet, we can put Mag mid. All right, cool.
DJ grabs the Enigma and an Ice Brewmaster. So what's the current state of affairs with TA? Why the cynicism here, Trent?
You just don't see her. That pretty much comes down to it. I guess, like, geez, I feel like we haven't seen TA in forever. When we did see TA, it was mostly because she was against some of these int mids and using the refractions to try and dominate. I mean, she still had her flash of brilliance for a while after all those changes. If you guys remember, like, of course, there's all kinds of split pushing. You know, she's not your dad's TA. She's a little different these days with the traps. They can get into some really annoying split push scenarios in the late game because of the damage that they have. But she is still that mid-game exploder. She wants Blink, Deso, BKB. And I guess she is an MKB builder, theoretically, versus the PA as the game goes.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to being convinced, but I can't say it's the most common hero these days.
So the one thing I will say is she's another one of these heroes that dominates in the mid game, like you said, and then sometimes has trouble closing things out. Not necessarily the greatest sieger, but you add a Leshrac into that, some Eidolons from Enigma, and all of a sudden you've got some options to breach high ground when you kind of want to be fighting around that Brewmaster ulti anyway, and it's still relatively strong. Think of all the TA games, this feels like an okay choice. I could definitely see it working, but I mean, she is the definition of a glass cannon, man. She does not play from behind.
With gratitude.
And Mason getting an array of tips here. How nice. Mason PA. Moo's going to take the Grimstroke. Looks like a pretty basic 2-1-2 setup for Infamous. With Magnus headed mid, and that puts Pepita in the off lane, of course. And kind of the same deal for Fnatic.
A nice item dropping here mid. Doing some 360s.
Right now, Lifestealer off lane with the Enigma. Some good trades in.
30
All right.
seconds
Well,
to
we've seen game 1. We've seen game 2. But what do you think? You got a gut feeling here?
I feel like Infamous is still a little under-discovered. Game 1 is the best we've seen them look in the small sample we've got so far. My gut's actually telling me Infamous here. I want to believe. I think
Your
the Mason
gut.
Ursa looked so good in Game 1, and now he's got a Magnus to buff him up. We're going to see Pepita play Ursa, and now if he's going to take the PA, I like it, dude. I think they're set up to succeed. This feels like an Infamous draft to me. They've got their Oracle. They've got a Grimstroke. Some comfort zone here.
So we talked about this little trick with the Ring of
rings?
Regen. They've done the exact same build on the Lifestealer. They've given him the double stout and the double ring. So they seem to have tried out this strat. Very interesting. The second stout is really something. But I guess if he knows he's getting into a lane with the Ursa, which he is, then he has to cut waves, so he needs that stout.
Yeah.
Look at where he's standing. He's like, yeah, all right, this wave's forfeit. And Pepita just runs. Well, that sucks.
So what do you think? What's your gut read in terms of Game 3?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of leaning Infamous too. Maybe it's just that NA bias, you know, looking for our SA boys to do it. Been watching all these guys for a long time. Now they got Mason, but I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that this Lifesteal doesn't look like he's gonna have the best game, and the TA pick. I don't know. 10th picking a TA just doesn't seem like a 2019 strategy.
Yeah,
I also don't know about this support Leshrac either.
A lot of eyes on this PA. Very curious to see what build Mason goes for as well. We've talked about the Battle Furies. Seems to be the more common way to do it.
Yeah.
But definitely some risk attached there. Forces you into a specific trajectory.
He'll probably go Vlad's into Deso because he is the Magnus. Which is always nice. Yeah, it's pretty good to get like a 4K item from one of your allies.
Oh, Woo. A little trouble here. He's going to live. Nicely done, but close call. Jabs take some return damage also. I think there are scenarios where you can get away with going Battle Fury even if you have the Magnus,
DJ.
though.
Moose is on the hunt here. Oh, the Prowler! Run! That guy's scary. Oh, he's going for the second stroke here. The creep wave, the angle, the Eidolons. Oh, he's dead!
And the immediate tip. Moose is
the
on it.
Eidolons, dude, no! Destroyed.
Oh.
All right, well, what about the mid lane here? 11-6 for Abed and 7-0 for Ultimato. Has his Quelling Blade, but not enough quite yet. Ultimato just stuck to the side here.
Skipping Shockwave altogether. Just going for the Empower for the damage.
And he's fiddling with the wave here, too, to kind of keep it out from under the tower and maybe even threaten a bit of a skewer play onto Abed, too. But yeah, he's just playing it off to the side here so he doesn't get hit by the side blades.
Pretty smart.
Really irritating, too. Like, just running away from the TA every time. Oh, she can't get the denies. All right, Tomato, I see you. You got some strats here. He's quelling. Look at this guy.
Uh-oh.
Dude,
I'm
he's
looking
making
at
plays.
Moose and DJ battle in the jungle here, and I think Moose is going to get the better of him again. It's a little bit close, and DJ just barely lives. Those Eidolons were enough to scare him back.
Abed's missing last hits under the tower because he's too busy looking back at Tomato, just like, where is this guy? He just missed 2 last hits under there.
This is working pretty all right. I mean, 10 denies on the TA. She is still farming very well, but I think Tomato's making this work.
Yeah.
Miles away.
It's kind of just like, what can you do, right? I mean, the wave's coming through. He just go grab it.
He does have to keep ferrying out these salves, so
Yeah.
it does come at a cost.
But Tomato's just like salving up. He's just heading over to the neutral, so he's farming that at the same time. Easy
Top
life.
Woo. This could be another kill, and it is. Ties it
Nice
up
grab,
1-1.
nice grab.
Jabs will get credit for that one.
Look at you. Just took 6 games, but the camera work is on.
Oh, yeah.
And Tomato's going to actually like catch up to him pretty soon. Although Abed's not having any trouble now that he's getting them just like outside the tower completely. Don't have to worry about anything.
I mean, is this one of those things that Magnus can kind of only do this because it's a TA?
That's definitely one of the things. It's also because of the supports, because it's a support Leshrac and a support Enigma. Like, these heroes just can't rotate. Like, XD, XD.
Jabs once again. Good use of the Edict. Finds himself another.
It's just like we're not even playing mid right now, you know?
Yeah. They're both basically just playing their own game. Battle for the bounties. Lesh going to get caught by the Fortune's End. That'll set up for Moose. And now Mason's here. Jabs might well go down.
Nice split earth, though. Does he live? Damn. Jabs.
They don't pursue. Okay.
378 move speed, too, with those booties. He's going to be back here in no time. He actually TP's bottom for a joint shrine, but, well, Tomato's here. Way in deep. I don't know, Jabs. This is a little spooky. You're all alone.
He doesn't have
Tomato's like,
Shockwave
yeah.
leveled up, though. I don't know. Tomato skewers him over. One more. 5 HP, and he gets it.
He missed the splitter. Oh, what a day of Dota. Look at this guy. Dota just died.
What's happening right now here? I mean, I'm not
This
sure
is the
who's
mid
actually
lane, ladies
winning
and gentlemen.
Like, TA is #1 on net worth right now. Abed's kind of like, you know, this is cool for you. I'm glad you're having fun, but this is also totally cool for me. I'm a free farming TA.
No, that is very true. I mean, she is certainly one of these like hard carries out of the mid lane. And they've got the Leshrac coming here too, so Moose has to be a bit cautious.
There is an RP, though. Tomato has to play relatively far back. Jabs getting great value out of this level 2 Edict. A lot of pressure onto the tower. There is also a Blightstone up on TA, so not bad at sieging right now. Trying to get the most out of this siege creep as Abed pops the refraction, presses forward, forces another defensive skewer. Double damage gets picked up by the Lesh, rotating down bottom, and that's basically a free tier 1 mid.
What about Papita's game then? I mean, like, who's going to be countering this TA come the mid game? It's going to largely come down to the PA and the Ursus kind of like jumping on top of her. Papita forced to TP home after the split earth. He will be okay here despite the DD. And now Abed is just heading into their Ancients right now. I do like this. I'm not even sure if they saw her.
Nighttime, he might not have actually. Up top, Ice Ice Ice. Haven't really checked in on the Brewmaster all too much, but he's
my
also
God.
been farming like crazy.
Mason's getting bodied.
45 last hits compared to the 17 of Mason. What in the hell's been going on up here?
Yeah, I know. I haven't really been paying attention, not going to lie, but I mean, no one's been here. This is just all the Ice 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 show.
Whoa.
He has not really had a support with him. The Oracle, I think, has been here quite a bit, with the Grimstruck doing most of the play down bottom.
Have a go on to Papita. Jabs might go down first. Good movement around the tree line. Almost gets blocked by Ice, but still falls. Looking for that long cast point. Papita now on the run, trying to grab one more creep before he falls.
Nice,
Might be able to buy out and grab another item here. Has just enough for the crown. Eating his way through the trees. Has the quelling blade.
Space
TP on
created.
cooldown for 12. Courier might be the scouting tool. I think he's still donezo, though. Les should find him here. Can he hit the split earth? It might be enough with just the edict. Papita doing what he can. He's pretty fast.
No, he's getting away. No. No.
Papita. Muy bien.
Look, they're drawing circles on the map. They have no idea where he went. Now he shows up on this award. They're just like, what the?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, Pepeg is for Papita.
That was insane. All right, Ursa. They still have a big TA problem, though. 4K net worth lead, TA #1, up over the Ursa by 50% right now.
Fnatic might be winning this game, but Infamous have been far more entertaining. Let's just get that clear. I mean, between Tomato and Papita, that's just a fact. Now, if you like winning, then maybe you want to support a team like Fnatic. As Ice essentially rotates down here, doesn't even ulti, and takes the tower.
Very nice. Has he even had to ult yet? I think he's just been farming. He's got the Vlads now. And he also has a Midas queued up. He's like, dude, forget about blink. What am I going to blink for? I got to hit creeps. I'm farming.
I saw them from miles away.
Oh, that Deso, or sorry, the Blink Dagger gold is there for Abed at the moment. That's a bit worrisome.
Radiant structures are fortified.
MP with an armlet queued up right now. Not a Midas.
It is a really good Radiance game, actually, with the Ursa, the Mag, and the PA.
Pretty good damage into this tier 2 down bottom. Jabs has the edict. And if they don't rotate, I think this tower is done for. No glyph. Looks like they just used it.
Pumping that primal split.
I like that.
Ice's Ice has just taken this entire lane and no contest whatsoever. And Abed does indeed buy the blink. You see him hopping in that mid lane. He's not going to just save for the Deso. I mean, theoretically, I wouldn't have minded that, frankly. Like, they're so far ahead that they could just get Deso and go straight Roche.
I think Ice actually has some kill potential here. Moose is all alone. I fear that Ice thinks it's bait of some sort. So he's going to hold the ultimate. But all the while mid, Abed and DJ are taking this tier 2. And it is going down fast. They've got a siege creep to help. Yeah. Basically uncontested. Mason's here level 6, chucking daggers, but with only phase boots and a wand. Not that intimidating compared to a black hole on the other side and a level 10 TA with a blink about a third of the way to Deso.
This looks more like the Fnatic that we were kind of expecting. This game honestly looks kind of over. It's 7K at 11 minutes. Even though it's only 3-3, they are just getting out-economied so hard. And this is when you get away with this support Enigma. Right? It's just, he was pulling a lane by denying creeps and then just jungling the whole time. They need so many kills right now. They need to make sure they deny this Roche away from Fnatic. But of course, how are you going to do that? Because look, the trap, it's already in the pit.
Yeah, I don't know how they think about sneaking it. I don't think they could kill it fast enough. I mean, you'd have to like team wipe them to have a go.
Just running at Abed. Abed just stands his ground because he has blink. They smoke back here. I don't think there was any vision of it.
Maybe trying to go for this TA. Ursa not going to charge in. They're really hesitating. Maybe rotating up top instead. They know the TA's mid, a very healthy tier 1 tower. 4 heroes, everyone but Magnus rotating on Infamous. But Peta's going to charge in first. And they just break the smoke right away.
Meanwhile, DJ is just pushing in bottom. I mean, they're pressuring top, drawing all these Infamous heroes. And DJ is going to chill down here until he feels like it's at all dangerous. Even Abed kind of sticking around here. Just 3 heroes drawing the full attention of Infamous at the moment. Mason's going to blur his way bottom.
Midas is up on Ice, soon to be level 10. Still hanging on to that brew split. Lifestealer lingering nearby, also with his armlet complete, so fighting ready.
This looks like a lot like the game Infamous had versus LGD, where it was like 7 minutes in and the lead was just so astronomical. They just kind of like, what happened? Like, where did we go so wrong in the lanes that this is where we wound up?
I think it all started in that top lane. We didn't realize quite how bad it was until it was already over, but PA is still lowest of the cores, actually behind even the position 4 of Fnatic. There's just nowhere for him to farm. Jabs initiated on, brought down by Pepita. Finally a split from Ice Ice Ice. They're going to press forward onto Wu, but an RP does connect. Skewer back. Do they actually have the damage to clean up any of these kills? Tomato now getting turned on, getting very low. MP pops the rage, presses forward, but false promise keeps him alive. Some decent damage from the Infest. Now Pepita getting low. Into the trees. He'll survive, but Infamous, I think, are running out of gas. Mason, low HP himself, pops some stick charges, goes in onto Abed, and they can't finish him. He's still alive. He'll finally fall. But what was the cost? They had to bring down Tomato, and Mason's going to get left behind. A black hole deployed to make it an easy kill. And after all that, it ends a 1 for 2. Maybe a gold gain for Infamous overall. And it is.
Yeah, I think they did cut that in. Man, DJ almost came in like a 3-man black hole too, but didn't find the right time. They were actually really close to winning that fight from Infamous. That is surprising. MP got back. He was down to the kind of that toggle 1 HP sort of deal on the lifestealer, but couldn't find the range for the kill. And because they've only lost Abed, they are able to continue this push.
Looking for a defense. Pepita charging forward. Fortune's End follows up. Lesh still on the run, and I don't know what they'll be able to get here, but it doesn't look like much. Fnatic just head back to their side. It's only 5-5 in 15 minutes, but nearly a 10k net worth lead, and it looks like the bounties will go 3-1, furthering that gold lead even more.
Well, maybe 2 for 2. They're going in.
Oh, Pepita, he wants it. A little bit risky here. I don't know about this. And yeah, Fnatic stand their ground.
All right, well, I mean, they found something at the very least, but now even in the bottom lane, like, Abed just feels like he's a free game. What kind of initiation do they have that can surprise Abed that he can't blink away? I think nothing.
Right now, nothing. Like a blink basher on Ursa could potentially.
I mean, I guess blink RP is the only hope, really.
Yeah.
And even then, Abed still has a decent window.
I mean, a Fortune's End, like over a tree line or something where you can't see it coming.
Right, yeah. Something where he's not prepared, perhaps.
But, yeah, very limited. All of them sort of require a degree of TA being in a forward position and giving him that opening without backup.
Who's going to get ward down here? He scouts the fact that there's 2 heroes just in their zone, but right on top of the Shrine. The Shrine isn't ready, but it still feels like a good place to force the fight.
Scary timing here. Desolator just picked up by TA, so Abed has a huge damage spike. Ice 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 pops the ultimate and will isolate the Ursa, and maybe that'll be the target they want to turn on. Moose trying to rotate over, but stunned up by the boulder. The Prowler also helping things out a little bit. Pepita just gets evaporated. Moose follows suit, and there will be 2 down. Now Wu on the run. Infamous just getting picked apart. A triple kill for Abed. The Deso reveal could not have gone any better as they now look towards Roshan.
Pretty much perfect play that fight from Ice Ice Ice. First tosses up the Ursa to kick things off so that suddenly Infamous lose all their momentum in the engagement. Then when the Ursa comes down, he lifts up the Oracle so there's no additional saves on any of the allies. And then they just pick them off 1 by 1 with the TA. With no Ursa, Abed really has nothing to worry about. Mason's just not quite at the point where he can do enough damage.
Still in catch-up mode. Scarce looking inventory there.
He's so poor he couldn't even go Vlad's this game.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, DJ is looking a little free here. He blinks back. Oh, they guess the trees instead of the lane.
Black hole up in 3. Teammates focused on mid though. And with this early Deso, of course, they can siege pretty easily. This is a situation where, or this is the moment where TA starts to become okay at sieging. At least for this period while she's very strong.
Level 4 Edict ready to take this tower down. And, I mean, even in support, of course, just getting 4 in the Edict is pretty devastating.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing? We're smoking bottom. We're looking for DJ. This is not the ideal pick, but it is something. He has Blink and the TP still. And even has a Purge Creep scouting up on the high ground here. They're going to try and Inkswell Blink Strike, but they guess wrong again.
Oh, no. Might still be able to grab him here, but he's rotating away. Mason jumps in. There's the silence, and that's the kill. It all works out in the end.
Yeah, at least it gets something going Mason's way. And they didn't get a grab up top either. Of course, they are still farming all of the Radiant territory, so it's not exactly a big win for Infamous, but it is something.
Got to search for those positives when you're up against the wall like this. I mean, it is nearly that 1K net worth lead per minute. 15 at 19 minutes is devastating. Pepita, no Blink Dagger. Split now from the Brewmasters. They jump in. Wu just gets 2-shot. There is no more Oracle for 20 seconds. And now Ursa isolated outside of the base, right into a split earth.
Wow, the timing.
Gets off that ultimate, kills one of the pandas, but just for posterity.
Catches the Grim now, too.
Ice absolutely on fire this game. Sets it up for Abed. A hat trick now for the TA. Tier 3 under siege. Buyback from the Ursa. There's the glyph.
Man. Absolutely demolished.
Desperately trying to hang on, but Brewmaster, he's actually going to survive. He taunts. Nope. They catch him.
One taunt too far, it seems.
There is a Blink Dagger on the Enigma, though, with a black hole at the ready. Be a little more conservative, and Fnatic are going to be forced to back up. Not going to be able to finish off the high ground quite yet. So good news for Infamous. They will hang on.
All right. They didn't get anything out of the high ground. Just some damage on the tier 3s. That is time burnt off the Aegis in terms of having to wait for this Brewmaster to come back. So the Oracle just gets exploded. Not expecting Abed to still be around there, especially with the way Tomato had just went up to that high ground. So a little disappointing there, I'm sure, for the Oracle, but what can you do?
All 4 bounties going the way of Fnatic. Not surprising, but stacking up that economic disparity. And the double damage gets pinged out by Ice Ice Ice. This is scary.
And I have to go back and rewatch that top lane. Curious just how much the support was even there. I mean, obviously Brewmaster's pretty good versus PA, just in general.
Like the CS was like 40 to 17 or something. I mean,
oh, nice false promise. That actually would have killed him.
Yeah, there was one last auto attack chasing him down. Good save
now.
Although at the same time, that's a big cooldown for Oracle, still level 1, and that costs TA literally nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, actually nothing. He's still got the double damage, going to be a tier 3, and now they won't have that save. Nice deny from Pepita. Little morale victory there. Just baiting with Abed. Aegis still in tow for another 30 seconds. Fnatic definitely not upset if they commit to this. I'm sure Infamous are aware of that timing and just trying to wait this one out.
They're basically hoping they step too far forward and they commit the RP and then go for the split.
Oh, nice try from Tomato. Almost skewers him in. Now Mason jumps in and whoa! They destroy Jabs.
He did die with the Edict running on the high ground. Look, they're trying to group up to split the damage so it doesn't kill the Rex. Yo, what a play. That was sick. They took the damage off the Rax by grouping on his dead body. Plays, nice. Dude, plays. He tried to suicide bomb the Rax. Not successful.
Darn close, though. And up top, MP is just working away on this shrine. Slow and steady, a little extra income for the team. Just shy of that 20k net worth favor.
You know, there's still hope, right, guys? I mean, it's only 4 dire heroes on top of the net worth. Look where that last track is. Look how poor he is. Ha ha ha.
I think the win probability is probably right with this one. 99%, 1%. This feels like a 1%er.
That's good.
When was the last time anybody was on the north side of the river? You know? Like...
Uh-oh. Yeah, they're smoking.
Dire are just living in Radiant territory.
They're going in. They pop Ice's smoke. They know. They got the Dire courier. Boom. Take that.
Well, that's a little gold pick-me-up. Maybe a Crimson Guard coming out.
3%, dude. Look at that. Easy. Out 2%. Oh, no.
Value courier snipe. They jump in onto Pepita. I know couriers were so valuable.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Moose pushed out pretty far here, just trying to shove this wave. Pretty close to his spirit vessel. Actually has the gold for it.
Has fallen.
Mason has the Deso now, working on BKB.
It's just like one of the worst games to have to try and play when you're this PA, right? Because you need your BKB, you feel like. Even when you get BKB, there's still black hole. So even that BKB item isn't just going to make your fights free. And the other problem is that Pepita still just kind of has nothing. He's so reliant on Tomato getting a massive RP here.
Jump in from Ice. Does commit the split. Stuns up the Ursa, and they're just going to open up to try to finish the barracks. Nice use of the glyph, keeps it alive a little bit longer, but this mid lane destined to fall. Radiant still have all these big cooldowns available, but the mid lane is not going to be defended. They will leave their range standing, but Siege Creep's doing some extra damage. We'll bring it down low. DJ, Black Hole on 3. It's a great setup, and the damage is there as Ice jumps in. 3 down, or 2 down on the side of Infamous. Mason is the one to get the false promise, but it is not going to save him. 3 down just like that, and Fnatic have finally breached the high ground. Backdoor protection's there, but it doesn't matter. GG's called, no buybacks available, and they're finally able to do it.
Very methodical here from Fnatic. No overextensions. They had like one close-looking fight at the tier 2 top, but they just crushed the lanes, and that game was over. That's one of those ones that you look back